Hi everyone, it's great to be able to greet you on this International Day of Prayer for Youth and Children. Who could have imagined that when the theme was set of the power of one, just how relevant it would be for this time? Because we all know, don't we, the importance of the acts of kindness, the influence of the one person in our lives in these days. I'm sure we can all look back to when we were growing up and we can name those people who influenced us. I know for me it would be the likes of the lady over the road who took me to Sunday school. It would be my parents. It would be my school teachers. It would be DYSers who cared for me when I was the only teenager left at my core. They all had a huge influence. They helped to shape who I am today, but they also showed me Jesus. The question is though, how are we influencing our young people today? How are we going to influence them in the future when the world returns to normal, whatever normal may ever be? But how are we influencing them at this time, in this time of crisis? Are they seeing us dig deep into our faith? Are they seeing us actually rely on the Jesus who we love and serve and know without a shadow of doubt that he is there in the storm for us? I can guarantee one thing, they will be looking and they will want to see this generation rely on Jesus in ways that we've never known before. That could have such a huge influence on them and help with their faith journey this day. But what about this generation, this group of children and young people we're focusing on at this time? God has indeed created them to make a difference in this world, and my prayer for each of them is that they will. So young people, how are you going to respond at this time? How are you going to make a practical difference in these days of crisis? It could be in real simple terms, and you will have 1,000 more ideas than I will have. But here's a few. You could write notes to people in care homes who just need some encouragement to know that people care about them. You could encourage people in your local corps. Perhaps they need some tech support and you are probably far more tech savvy than a few other people, and you could put that to good use. It could be you write notes to people who are self-isolating for 12 weeks. It's a long time. We might want to think about sending a small gift, using your pocket money to do so, to encourage somebody. It could be that you could flood your windows with beautiful paintings, beautiful artworks, to flood our communities with beauty in these days. It could be, though, that you actually need to reach out to somebody at school. Somebody perhaps they're not normally in your friendship circle, but they could do with a friend right now. Think about that person. Make contact with them. It could be the best thing that you ever did for them. These are simple acts, but simple acts of kindness can make a huge difference in people's lives. Nelson Mandela said, "Sometimes it falls for a generation to be great. You be that great generation, and in your greatness blossom." Young people, my prayer for each of you is that you will blossom in these days. Adults, I encourage you to pray. Pray that, yes, we see our young people blossoming and thriving and flourishing in ways we've never known before. And young people, I encourage you to pray for the adults, that they too will blossom at this time. Philippians chapter 4 verse 8 says this, "Finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things." And I would encourage you not only to just think about them, but to also do them. May God bless you.
Hello everyone, and thank you Helen for your message. Here is a picture of a rainbow that the children in our Kids Alive Club have taken 7 weeks to create. It's beautiful, isn't it? And it's such a joy to see as we walk into the big hall. And it just lifts your spirits, and it's just a wonderful piece of work that they have done. As we well know, that this is a visible sign God gave Noah as a promise he wouldn't flood the whole world again. But it's Noah I want to kind of highlight today, because it was only Noah, only one person, that actually changed the world. One person who listened to God and built the ark. And even to this day, we know his story, Noah and the ark. As we pause to think about our children and young people, can we be that one person who can change their world? It's such a confusing time for them. They can't meet up with their friends. They can't go to the parks. They're not allowed to ride their bikes. Can we be that one person, apart from their parents or their carers, that can and will believe in them? A person to cry with, a person to whine at, to argue against, to have a laugh with, a person just to feel as though that they could cuddle up with, a person that they will remember as they grow older who changed their world, a person who showed them love through thick and thin. As we continue living in this very alien lifestyle, let us show these young people that they are precious, that they are worthy, that they are unique, they are valuable. And although we may not be able to be in physical contact with them, how about showing that through basically waving at them as they go past your door? Giving them the thumbs up, giving them a smile, giving them some sort of encouragement so that they know that you are there for them. They are beautiful and they are a gift. Let us be that one person to change their world. Let us be that one person they remember as they reflect back. I know when I sit and chat with my 3 children how disorientated they are right now. And there's many mixed emotions in our house at times, and that includes me. But my prayer is, as their mum, that they will see I was that one person. I also know that their dad too is there to support them. Their aunt, their uncles, their cousins, and their granddad. But if there are children out there that you know of that don't have that support network, why don't you step in and be that person to change their world? We can do it. And we can do that through the grace and strength of God. That's what a power of one can do. Be safe and remember, you are beautifully and wonderfully made.
Once upon a time, there was an old man who used to go to the ocean to do his writing. He had a habit of walking on the beach every morning before he began his work. Early one morning, he was walking along the shore after a big storm had passed and found the vast beach littered with starfish as far as the eye could see, stretching in both directions. Off in the distance, the old man noticed a small boy approaching. As the boy walked, he paused every so often, and as he grew closer, the man could see that he was occasionally bending down to pick up an object and throw it into the sea. The boy came closer still, and the man called out, "Good morning. May I ask what it is that you're doing?" The young boy paused, looked up, and replied, "Throwing starfish into the ocean. The tides wash them up onto the beach, and they can't return to the sea by themselves," the youth replied. "When the sun gets high, they will die unless I throw them back into the water." The old man replied, "But there must be tens of thousands of starfish on this beach. I'm afraid you won't really be able to make much of a difference." The boy bent down, picked up yet another starfish, and threw it as far as he could into the ocean. Then he turned, smiled, and said, "It made a difference to that one."
I want to introduce you to my 9-year-old daughter, Safina. She is going to read a prayer that she has written.
Dear God, everybody is different in a different way. Nobody should get picked on. Help us to be brave and love each other. Amen.
Amen.